Hello, hello. We are back. We are back at it. And I think I'm about to lose my liquid here. Anyways, it's so good to see everybody. Please make sure in the comments you say hi. And again, I am Laura Brickson, and I am the principal of St. Bernard School here in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. And it is hard to believe, but it is number 31. Number 31 of St. Bernard's Books with Mrs. Brickson, and it is the 7th of May, 2020. Yes, it's crazy. And we should have done a science experiment. How long can Mrs. Brickson's hair get? You know, how long, how big can Mrs. Brickson's hair get? I'm a child of the 80s, and so I have the skills. I can go really big. So it is so good to see everybody here. Make sure we say hi. Today, we had a great Kindness 101 class at 11 o'clock. And thank you for those who were able to make it. And just remember, check out that Marvelous May calendar that I sent home. There's lots of really cool things going on. Tomorrow, third grade lunch. So that's on Zoom. It's at 11 o'clock. Tomorrow on Friday. That's going to be fabulous. And it's going to be fun to see all of our third grade students. And so going on, we're going to give us a little start. Give us a little start for the day so we can see what we're doing. Here we go. Let's get going. Whoa! Candy Crush. We got a Candy Crush ad. Go on. Mix it up. Oh, now we have Domino's ad. Oh. Here we go. Benson's here too. Cool. Difference. Go make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Wow, that wasn't very loud, but hey, that's okay. We'll get it even louder next time. Yes, how we can go forward to make a difference. So today we are going to be reading a story called Officer Buckle and Gloria. And if you notice, it has this great seal here that is a Caldecott seal. Now, some of you who might have noticed from some other books I've read, they have a seal that looks like this, but it's called Newbery. A Caldecott is for illustrated books. You know, so it's kind of like it's still the book of the year, so this is still high quality, but it's for illustrated books with pictures. And just a reminder, if for some reason you miss out, please go to my YouTube library here, http:// bit.ly/, and then notice these capital letters and small letters. Just think St. Bernard's Books with Mrs. Brickson. Capital S, small t, capital B, B, small W, capital M, capital B. So if you ever want to go back and watch things again, you can go and check that out. Aurora's here. Hello. So far we got Kendall, Mrs. Zare. We have Aurora. Now, Mrs. Zare, you said Benson. You said hi to Benson. And let's see if there's anybody else. Make sure you go in your comments so I can see who's here. Otherwise, I can't see you. I want to see who's here. Now, considering that we just had lunch not that long ago, we're going to have kind of a related joke today. What did one plate say to the other plate? What did one plate say to the other plate? Dinner's on me. Dinner's on me. Get it? One plate to the other plate. Dinner's on me. Thank you. Yes. You got to get some good silly songs in there, right? Okay. So today, Hebrew, Mrs. Brickell's here, and everyone, let's all give Mrs. Brickell a thank you because she has been our book provider, especially of these wonderful paperback books or illustrated books and stuff like that, picture books. That's what I meant to say. And so make sure we thank Mrs. Brickell. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this book won the 1996 Caldecott Medal, Officer Buckle, and Gloria. And I want to make sure that I gave you lots of good chances to read this. And it was written, I believe, and illustrated by Peggy Rathman. Officer Buckle and Gloria. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. And here is our first inside one. You can't really see much, but basically there's a bunch of stars and like little awards or little things like here. It says, never put anything in your ear. Never sit too close to a television. Never eat mayonnaise that's been sitting in the sun. So maybe there's just different rules that they're supposed to be doing. Officer Buckle and Gloria by Peggy Rathman. Now, what kind of job do you think he's doing right here? If it's Officer Buckle, is he some sort of police officer maybe? Maybe. Or security of some kind? Let's see what he's doing. Oh my goodness. Look at that. He fell out of his shoes. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's find out. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Napville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77. Never stand on a swivel chair. I know all about that. And you know what? My daughter Eleanor knows all about that because she did that and broke her foot. Yes. I'm trying to get a good angle, you guys. Here we go. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips to the students of Napville School. Nobody ever listened, and sometimes there was snoring. Afterwards, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle. But Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. What do you think is going to happen? Then one day, Napville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 2. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. See what it did? See? Sneaky. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle, always wipe spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. And the audience roared.
Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered, and some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He never knows how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. You see what Gloria was doing? Do you think Officer Buckle knew that Gloria was horsing around behind him? Or not horsing around, dogging around? Get it? Dogging around behind him? Take a look at this. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students of Natville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawings showed a lot of imagination. See? His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend, Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. See, there she is. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter into his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. "Officer Buckle," they said, "our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along that police dog." He's pretty happy, isn't he? Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Look, Gloria's signing autographs. Do you see that? Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Look at Gloria. Then, one day, a television team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms, the students jumped to their feet and applauded. "Bravo, bravo," they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, at the 10 o'clock news, that night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. The next day, the principal of Natville School telephoned the police station. "Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech." Officer Buckle frowned. "I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway." "Oh," said Mrs. Topple. "Well, how about Gloria? Could she come?" Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage, looking lonely. Then she fell asleep, and so did the audience. After Gloria left, Natville School had its biggest accident ever. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh! Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. Oh, look at, they're all going all over the place. The banana pudding. The next morning, the pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. Safety tip 101, always stick with your buddy. The end. So I just thought this was such a sweet story, because Officer Buckle wasn't having much luck. And then, Gloria came and helped him, and he didn't even realize how much Gloria was kind of acting everything out. And then he was kind of like, oh, they just like Gloria, they don't like me. But did they need him? Did they need Officer Buckle? Yeah, because Gloria otherwise is just kind of a dog sitting there and then falling asleep. So it kind of shows, we need our buddies, we need our helpers. And I think about, like people I work with, like looking like at our teachers too, that we work better together. And I know sometimes even when I was teaching, I might have an idea, and then we'd have like Mrs. Brickell or Mrs. Zare, Mrs. Rath might say, hey, well, oh, that's a cool idea. How about this or that? And then Mrs. Dahlman or Mrs. Brickson or Mrs. DeMars would say like, oh yeah, now how about this? Now we could do that instead. And then, Mr. Kataska and Mrs. Knott, they would all also as well just be like, hey, let's try this. And so then our ideas just get better and better. And so it's good to do things with buddies, and we become better when we work together with others. So I'm hoping that you liked that thing. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing today is one of my favorite praise sing songs, and what it is I Am a Sea. Now, what it is, some people, if you've gone to camp, where they do like some Christian songs, you probably have done this one. So basically, it's you're spelling it out. You say, I am a sea. You're going to spell out, I am a Christian. So it's like this. I am a C. I am a CH. You start over. I am a CHRISTIAN. And then say, so I am a Christian. And I have Christ in my heart. And I will live eternally. And I have CHRIST in my HEART, and I will LIVE, see, live, ETERNALLY, live eternally. Okay, and then it goes, and then we just kind of sing it again. And then sometimes we start slow, like when we do it at camps, sometimes we start really slow and then we get really fast. And so it's just pretty fun. But this is just a little bit different version. Here we go. I got to pull this up. Come on. Oh, first, I have to get past the Candy Crush ad. Hold on. Come on.
All right, so here's an old one most of you should know. We're going to try it like you know it, and then maybe change it around a little bit. So why don't you see if you can keep up? I am a sea. I am a CH. I am a CHRISTIAN. And I have
See, I have Christ in my heart, and I will live eternally.
All right, so it sounds like you remember it. I'm impressed. Well, let's try it again just a little bit faster, just for those of you that might not quite be there yet. I am a C. I am a CH. I am a CHRISTIAN. And I have CHRIST in my HEART. But you guys are way better than that. Here's what I want to try. At the end of every consonant sound, I want you to add ib. So instead of saying CH, you'd say kib hib. And for all your vowels, just say the vowels like normal. So if you want to say I, you'd say I. So HI would be hib I. Yeah? Let's try it. I am a kib. I am a kib hib. I am a kib hib rib. I skip tip. I a hib. And I have kib hib rib. I sip tip in my hip. E a rib tip. And I will live. I live. E tip. E rib nip. A lip lip yip. And okay, so you got that. Let's try ong instead of ib. Think you can do it? I don't know.
Let's try it.
I am a gong. I am a gong gong. I am a gong gong wrong. I song tong. I a nong. And I have gong gong wrong. I song tong in my hong. E a wrong tong. And I will long. I bong. E tong. E wrong nong. And long long yong. Alright, I'm impressed.
That's hard for me to do, guys.
Excellent. So to finish it out, we're going to speed it up way faster. We go back to the original way we sang it. Let's try it. I am a C. I am a CHRISTIAN. And I have CHRIST in my HEART. And I will LIVEETERNALOY. And I have CHRIST in my HEART. And I will LIVEETERNALOY.
Wow, that was a fast one, wasn't it? Yes. It's just kind of fun. You know, it's kind of fun to have these songs that you might have done in the past. But otherwise, I'm going to close today. And I thank you guys so much for everything. And I want you to go out there, go forth, make a difference, see what you can do. Remember, tomorrow we have third grade lunch. We have third grade lunch on the Zoom. And, oh, hi, Mrs. Dahlman. And third grade lunch on the Zoom. And we also, remember, we still have our books. So hold on a second, I'm trying to find this here. Trying to go back to my thing. And so with that, we're going to close it for today with our little closing song.
Make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference. We can make a difference. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference in the world. Go make a difference in the world.
All right. You take care, everybody. Love you much. Take care.